to keep that real. I just want to keep that real as well. So um, I just feel that we should be able to at least move in at that price. It won't be a completed building, not with a kitchen and cabinets and all of that, but it will be a space for us to meet, and we just have to work around that. That was my perception of it. So I just want to, reiterate that as well. And
And I
again, what
think,
Lana said, well, excuse me, Lana, but what you said as well, we need to get together and raise some money and get some donations or something in so we can have some money so that we can start donating to this building as well. Um, because we still have the existing loan we have to pay. And if we go and get another loan, that'll be two loans on the same structure. And we're this close to getting it completed. That's something to consider as well. I mean, the loan is fine if that's what the brothers want to do, but we still got to pay for that as well.
and once we get the upstairs finished and we move in, and and we start meeting there, then it'll look like we're trying to do something, and we can start coming up with more money, from pledges or whatever, to complete the basement. Like I said, we just be in a building that with a incomplete incomplete basement, and that's it. We the upstairs would be all right to meet in. Even the stars and everybody can meet in the building upstairs. So I think we should go ahead because C.W. Lawrence meets tomorrow, and they're going to approve that. So I think we should go along with it and get the $20,000 and do what we can with it upstairs to get it moved in ready.
So we just got to make sure we and they are good stewards of the money.
Right.
Um, okay.
But the key word there is we and they. If we don't do
Right.
it, it's going to be just they.
Right.
Them.
So that part, and I saw where Brother Giante put in the chat, we're gonna take away that they part, and that's just me being the leader of this lodge. It's not a no thing. I'm gonna tell you that now. So if all of us are in agreements to saying no to this money, then we're at a stalemate and we'll just figure it out as we go, but it ain't gonna be no thing. I'm gonna tell you that now. That's on my watch. I promise you that. Um, I um want to kind of go and have some conversation about the loan. So um, we talked about this loan that we already have existing to get the structure to where it is today, and that loan initially was $66,200. That loan was interest free and was for 5 years. Initially, the first payment was due back in June of 2024. So at this point, we've went in. Um, well, we're now in month like 18 now, or 17. I lost count now, but we've almost going into a year and a half of this loan that we've already got. Um, Initially was paying $551, the exact half amount. But then there was a proposal to increase it to simply $600. And so lately we've been, paying $600 probably before the summer, the towards this loan. Now that we're getting close to the end of the year, and I hope everybody saw the email with the budget that I proposed. You'll notice in that budget there's a big deficit because of this $600 that we're paying every month. With the current membership that we have currently, we have 40 members on the roster. We got three candidates that are in our apprentices currently that'll be added, I guess, towards the end of the year of 2026. Um, but out of these 40 members, our budget is pretty small with $100 coming in per member. Um, and uh, if you look at the budget, and again, just go back to your email from last Sunday, uh, 2 Sundays ago, you'll see where our total expenses is a little over $9,000, and that includes our grand lodge taxes, our PO box, and a little small secretarial stuff that's needed. And in a lot of our conversations so far, we've been talking about donations, donations, and so it's pretty taxing in certain areas for some people. And we truly, as a lodge, got to figure out how we're going to make this deficit. We're about $5,500 in the hole with this $600 payment every month. And our treasurer in our last meeting mentioned that we have about $1,600 in our treasury, and we have some CDs, but they're currently in their process. They're not ready to mature no time soon. But we yeah, we have $1,600 in the bank right now currently. And in January we have to pay for our taxes. And that's typically average between $1,300 to $1,500, depending on membership or whatnot. So we truly got to do something to be able to take care of this loan, plus keep our lodge active for its membership and stuff like that. Um, you know, we may need to entertain increasing dues. That's something we haven't done since Brother Past Master Ferguson was past master back in 2000 and maybe 10 or something, where we increased it from $70 to 100. Now that things have changed and finances are a little different and the economy the way it is, again, this is something we just got to look at. Um, any feedback on that part of things? Um,
Your brother Morgan, I know we need some finances to keep moving forward. So we're gonna have to either pull together and do some fundraiser or come out the pocket, but we're gonna have to do something to keep our lodge afloat, brothers. So I just wanted to add that.
so again, just going back to what revenue we have currently, and I'm hoping there's going to be a large influx of dues coming in. Um, because we're getting close to the end of the year, that we will have money to hopefully pay our taxes in the new year, um, and take care of a few payments. But then around March, we're gonna be looking at it again, where what we're gonna do, what we're gonna do. Um, Again, we have 40 members on the roster, but again, I'm looking at a Zoom meeting with just 15. Everybody got these messages. And I feel like, we need to make some phone calls, talk to these brothers. Um, especially the brothers that are out of town, that are not in the Greensboro area, that they're still valued. Again, brother Giante, again, I appreciate you for coming. You in Texas, brother Howard, you got military, you're traveling, and even brother Miller tonight, being, outside of Greensboro. Brother Day Day, I see you in here. Yeah, but again, those things we need to look at and figure out how can we support. Could we all do a pledge of $1,000? Could we all do a pledge of $500? Just anything. Now I got something I'm working on, called the 838 Club, and there's different levels to it, and I'll try to propose that very soon. And I feel like if brothers participate even in that, we can at least help with that deficit of that $5,500 deficit that we have in our budget. So again, any feedback on any of this?
Hey, Worshipful, this is me again. So I think I agree. I think we should increase the dues and then follow that temporarily. I think we should have a quarterly, monthly dues for about $25 to $50 for a leaf, 24 months temporarily. That way we can, get a little bit of surplus in cash going and get things back balanced.
Okay. Any other feedback? Brother McGee, if you like you're talking, but you're muted.
I feel like that's what we should follow through with too. I can't do as much as the other ones can, but if we do that dues, if we need to go to $125 and then $25 a month after that, then it's gonna make a difference. That's what we should do. But it's gonna take numbers, people doing it, because 8 or 10 people doing it ain't gonna work. It's gonna take all 40 of us giving that portion that they're supposed to give so that we can boost this thing up. Thank you.
Worshipful Master, this is Brother Kathy again. We already have one person who's pledged 250, and I'll pledge 250 to match that. If we increase the dues, that we're talking about. I don't know how much that would be with 40 people, but if each brother, and then we talked about $25 a month, that's $300. If each brother would just give the $250, that would put some money in the pot versus raising the dues. I'm for the 250 pledge.
So not only the brother will pay their $100 dues, you're talking about an additional 250 on
Right.
top of that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
If we agreed to that, that would give additional $10,000 a year. Each brother paid an additional 250.
Yes, sir.
So what
Hold on a minute.
happens if we don't get 100%? Do we
Worship.
what will happen? Yes, sir.
I'll pledge 250, and in response to what you're saying, even in church, when the church asks for people to pledge money, 100% of the
Good.
people don't pledge. But if we get $5,000 and our goal was $10,000, that's 5,000 more that we didn't have. So
Right.
I mean, it's just because we don't get 100% participation shouldn't be a reason why we still can't promote this and get brothers to give. If they can't give the 250, give whatever they can. That's just my opinion.
I agree.
Okay.
WM, Past Master McCall here. I think raising the dues. I think we've been past due on doing that. I mean, cost of living, everything is going up. I mean, so it's, I mean, so dues should, I think, should go up. I mean, at least a little bit. I mean, if not, I think actually we should actually come in with instead of doing like a bunch of pledges. I mean, you still can do your pledges. If you want to give money at all, we'll take it. But I think we really do need to raise these dues. I think that would help out a whole lot. Because like I said, we've been paying $100 for ever since I've been a Mason. That's been an '09, and I know cost of living has raised since 2009. So that's just my 2 cents in on it. I think if we between raising dues and also like I said, brothers giving what they can, we might be able to do a little something.
Okay. Any other feedback?
How much we talking about raising the dues? We talking about raising them, but how much? By how much?
I say raise them 10%. 10%. I think 10% is doable.
It's only $110.
That's
So according to the Grand Lodge, um, we should not have dues that exceed more than $200. If we have dues that exceed more than $200, we have to get approval from the Grand Lodge. Um, Not too long ago, I had to justify our dues as 100 to the Grand Lodge not too long ago. So
could
just keep
we
that in mind.
possibly could we possibly like increase it maybe temporarily? You know what I mean? I mean it's gonna be tight for maybe like the next couple of years. Maybe we raise it for the next 2, 3 years or so. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? And
we
then take
can.
it back to 100.
You see, that's what I was initially proposing. We do like 125 to $150 in dues, and then quarterly, not monthly, we do 25 to $50 of dues for the year for 2 years. And then once things are balanced out, then we lower them back to, the original level. And, and we increase and decrease as we see fit, as we need throughout the years to come.
Yeah.
Because I don't think $100 is not going to do it. It's not doing it now, and it's not going to do it in 2025. We want to do something as far as the dues goes.
So again, we have
Like
to
I said,
pay $30 per member for their grand taxes. And
That's
that leaves us
eventually going to
seventy
go up.
dollars to operate off of.
I'm comfortable with 150 if everyone else is. I think that's a good medium range for a long period of time. And I think that after a while, $150 won't seem as much of a strain as like $70 would or $100 would. So I think $150 would be comfortable, I hope, with everyone, according to the times.
Okay, but we are talking about when, dues are due right now for the 2026 year. So, um, how soon are we talking about that? I mean, that's less than 60 days to
Wow,
get this
yeah,
out and get everybody to pay. So, when are we
right.
talking about this dues increasing?
Um,
Immediately.
it will be something I had to look in. So our bylaws really don't have this type of conversation. And so we would have to definitely give people timely notice by we about to come into November. I don't know if it's feasible to start 150 current like right now when brothers have received letters saying that hey, you need to pay your $100. Um,
Maybe this
could
could
be
go back to
something.
what Eric. Maybe this could go back to what Jeremy was saying. Do it in increments next year.
Yeah, so for the membership going into the 2027 year, this could, we can start to campaign that. But for going into 2026, I think it's too late to be increasing dues
Yeah, right
W,
now.
I'll say this, W. This is just me being
without
honest.
causing any confusion.
This is this brother rather being honest. Brothers wanted a house, and so now there's a cost for the house.
Right.
Now we got it. Now the chickens have come home to roost, and we got to pay for the house. Obviously, the funds we have right now aren't enough to operate on. So you got to either raise our dues, or like you said, come out with pledges. But instead of coming out with pledges, like accept the cost that things are going up, and you're going to have to pay more. But this is what the brothers asked for when we said we wanted to build a house.
Right.
I mean, that's just the bottom line.
So I'm in line to do whatever the will of the craft wants to do. I mean, we can redact our two letters that we have sent out already about dues, um, and be like, this is what reality is. and go from there. Again, this is
But I
Question,
think it's Brother Kathy again. I think it's too late. You don't need to go redact. If we're going to talk about increasing the dues to $150, then everybody pay their dues now for this year and send in that $50 as a donation to the lodge for
okay.
this year, right now.
Hey, it's Brother
And they could
Brooks. You
make
got
that $50 a pledge toward the 250 or whatever. Just send that in and not worry about increasing the dues this year. Just pay your $100 and send that $50 as a donation to the lodge.
Mm-hmm. That's good. Yeah,
It's a good idea. I agree.
I agree with that. Yeah, I like that.
Any other feedback?
hey, it's Brother Brooks. You guys hear me?
Yes.
Hey, do we have a problem with the 40 members paying their dues? Is anybody that's not paying them or on time or anything like that? The reason I'm asking this is because, we don't know what people's situations are. And we want to be fair to everybody. And my suggestion is this: why don't we just ask for the $100 for the membership and ask for a pledge? Ask for a pledge of 250. We need the money now, and I'm sure and get these brothers time to get this money up. Everybody may not have a good job or they may just be making it, and we just need to get them guys a little time to get that cash up. So that's what I pledge, man. And I'm not
Okay.
mad if you guys go against that. I'm good. I'm just being a part.
Any other comments? All right.
I think you got
Um,
something you need to decide to do. Honestly, what you want us to do. Because I'm game. But listen, guys, I just got home and I need to try to be closed. I'm gonna excuse myself. Then Marvin, I'll be in touch with you and whatever I need to do to help you guys out, I'm in. Okay.
all right.
All
Thank
right.
you,
Hey,
Brother
brother.
Brooks.
Nice meeting you guys. Hope to see you soon, man.
Good meeting
All
you,
right.
brother.
all
All
right.
right,
Hey,
y'all.
brother.
Especially you, Paul.
Hey, Jamie, it's been a minute, but we appreciate your help, brother.
All right, man. Hey, guys, I'll be in touch. Marvin, you got my number if you need me, man. Y'all have a good night, man. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you for coming.
All right.
And again, Brother Brooks, you've donated several things to the construction as well. I think he bought a door recently, or something like that. So, um, there's things that are being put in place to cut costs. Um, and um, with the construction part of things. But going back to the lodge and our finances, um, again, we're going to campaign to get these dues in. I'm not sure how many brothers have paid their dues as of yet, as of today, but um, we're just going to, again, get on the phones and make phone calls and all that good stuff. We do have some brothers that are reinstating, so that's a good thing. And uh, And then, like I said, we have some new membership that's coming through currently. And we got to make sure that their new membership money is being preserved for their Grand Lodge taxes and their supplement reports so they can get their aprons and their code books and all that good stuff that they get when they finish. So, again, we need to make sure that's preserved. But ultimately, between now and January, let's brainstorm some ideas of what we can do to generate funds. Um, I got a fundraiser that I want to propose for the lodge itself, construction with all four houses that meet C.W. Lawrence and the two Eastern Star chapters to propose, and that is to collect gentle used shoes. There's a company that's willing to take gentle used shoes that, of all kinds, baby shoes, male, female, Crocs, flip flops, it doesn't matter. For every pound is 40 cents. And we can collect old shoes in our closets. We can, campaign out in the streets and churches and so forth to collect these shoes. And when we bag them up, again, for every pound is 40 cents. And we do a 60-day campaign for it. And then after the campaign is over, we collect our funds. They'll come pick up the shoes themselves. And then we start the campaign back up. In the meantime, it's very humanitarian because these shoes will be going to countries and places where folks don't have shoes. So we'll be doing a good deed, plus getting a little bit of money at the same time. So that's something I plan to propose for
Well, words for master,
Sunnycrest.
words for master, brother Kathy
Yes.
again. I think while you got 14 brothers on the line now, well, 13 now, you should make that proposal right now. Don't wait.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Again, I want it to be a collective effort with all four houses, but definitely, yes, for Luther Kimbrough to be on board. Um, and again, we can do this in an official meeting, or we can talk about it now. But um, but here's the catch. Here's the catch. um, for us to do this with this company, our tax ID number has to be active. And again, this is something since Brother McCall's, time in the East, and we failed to get it done the first time because we filled out the wrong application. And so our tax ID number is still, um, inactive. And I've completed the form, but I have not moved forward with the funds and stuff because the priority was the payment that we have to pay every month. To get it back up is $600 straight to the IRS. Um, and um, I was hoping that because it's four houses that's involved, maybe we could use Rebecca's tax ID number or Genesis, or if C.W. Lawrence's ID number is good, let's use theirs to get the ball rolling since ours is not.
Does Rebecca have a legitimate tax ID number?
Yes, we need to be listed as a part of the charities, and we have to be a
Well,
part of the
then,
charities organization list.
well, then we can make this a Rebecca project. I mean,
Right. And that's why I was thinking if we can use somebody else's tax ID number till we get ourselves together.
right. So
So,
don't let,
but
I mean, keep the ball rolling with
right.
Rebecca's tax.
But again, we just all as a group need to, just like I said, just brainstorm on some easy, obtainable money making ideas. Again, we had a joint meeting with all four houses to talk about the building uh, back in September, and we formed some committees. Uh, I had another proposal that we, as all four organizations, come up with a 501c3, and we call it some kind of foundation, Look to the East Foundation or something. And this will be a separate entity from our organizations together. We will not talk about these in our lodge meetings. This will be a separate meeting. And what will happen is this 501c3 will own the facility, our building on Sunnycrest. They would, and we would solicit funds, grants, and that will keep the building going. Or we can solicit grants to help with the construction. Um, that was something I was thinking that we could possibly do as a collective group with, all the houses that said Sunnycrest. Um,
Let's do that, man.
and that committee was established at the that meeting, and I'm not sure what progress they're in, but ultimately, if we could get that established, the Grand Lodge would be definitely. They don't have no control of this. This is something that just a bunch of Masons and Eastern Stars are a member of this foundation, and that's what's going to help keep that property afloat. And then we can expand to scholarships and all kinds of long-term type stuff uh, as we move forward with it. But that's again another idea. I still need to talk to the Grand Lodge lawyer to kind of get some details on how we could do that. But those are again stuff long term. But we just got to figure something out.
Worship Master, Brother Q again.
Yes.
All right. Maybe I'm just getting old, but I mean, we've talked about a whole lot of stuff. So are we, Brother McCall and Brother Ratliff, great idea. Let's raise the dues. Are we going to do that? And we plan on doing it next year. Is that going to be the for next year? Also,
Yes.
are we going to do the pledges or not do the pledges? Because I'm in a loss. Should I send money or don't send money? So, and I'm pretty sure other brothers, I may be lost, but I'm just saying we've jumped around with so many different things. Let's finalize a couple of things before we start doing all this other type stuff. I mean, that's just for me. I'm a little slow. So, I mean, can we
I
make some
got your brother
decisions on
Paul.
that? Can we
So,
make some
Brother
decisions on
Paul,
that?
this is what we'll do. So
All right,
again,
thank you.
the regular dues is still as it is, the $100. We will ask for brothers to contribute at least $50, uh, within the 2026 year. Then afterwards, we would go ahead and make it official within the 2026 year that dues will be 150. The initial pledge that we talked about, the 250, that could be something set aside. Um, or we can have that in conjunction with the 150 with I'm sorry, the additional $50
But is that going to get us
as
money?
a separate donation.
Is that going to get us money now? What's going to get us money now?
The current dues, once they start rolling in, that's what's going to increase the pot so that we are able to sustain at least 4 months or more with our monthly loan payment. And it should take care of our taxes until at least March. And then we can look at pledges and all kinds of other initiatives to raise funds.
Okay, and one last thing, the $20,000, are we going to go along with C.W. Lawrence or not go along with C.W. Lawrence?
I'm still on the fence, but that's just me.
We ain't gonna have no choice but to go with them because they're gonna go with the money anyway.
No. They can vote to take that money, but if our lodge, if we all are on the fence, then it's a no. And
Kind of. I'm sorry, I came in late on
but again, that part we need to go back to the drawing board and figure out what we need to do with this 20,000.
Did somebody catch me up on that 20? I kind of came in late on that. I know was St.
Okay,
John's
I
supposed to be
got you.
giving us 20,000, or they just
So
is it a
St.
loan?
John, again, this is not a loan. This is money to give to us to help with our building construction and to kind of help secure them a place before A&T kicks them out to meet, along with all the other houses that meet at St. John.
Oh, so they need a place to stay for the twenty
Right,
thousands, pretty much. Okay,
right, until they find
understood.
a facility. Now, if they find a facility, I don't know how much of a building search committee they have, but uh, it could be a whole year before they can find something. It could be 6 months they can find something. I don't know what that looks like. But to guarantee that they'll have a place to meet and to also help us out to give us the $20,000. And
That's
But
again,
that's
me
all.
I
personally,
know the
I feel
word
like it's not enough, but that's just me.
word of mouth says that they would give us the $20,000. Okay, even if they found a place the following month or 6 months, we still keep the $20,000. So you know, I'm saying that we go ahead and do that. Going back to what Brother Q said, he listed it all down. Um, it was $2,000 for one thing, 1,500 for one, and I didn't write the things down, but $2,000 for something. It came to like what he said, $5,000. Another day, I was at the inspection, and Nate said that we could finish the building, get it certified to move in for about $15,000. So I'm not seeing where the problem is with the 20. If we could take that $20,000 and money we raise, with pledges or donations, I'm not seeing where there's a problem not taking the $20,000. And we work out with CW Lawrence, just like we've been doing, how we going to use the money, to complete the building. Because I'm pretty sure they want to get in the building, you know, just as bad as we do.
I agree with you, Brother Cassie. I mean, it's almost. I mean, it's. I ain't gonna say it's free money, but I mean, it's. I mean, it's money. Just it's $20,000 that we don't have, and I think looking at what we're giving up, I don't think that's much to ask. I mean, 20 grand. I think we could use it.
Okay.
Yeah, and not negotiate to try to get them to give us more. I mean,
Right, right.
you
We
don't look a
thanks
gift
for the
horse,
20.
as the old saying goes, you don't look a gift horse in the mouth. You know, but that's just, oh, I was on mute. But that's just the way, that's just me thinking. That's my way of thinking.
So tonight, I guess with the brothers that we have here, and I'll take Brother Howard's suggestion in the chat. Let's do a vote now. Let's um out of the brothers we have here, we got 14 of us. Uh I guess in the chat, go ahead and put your vote, yes or no. And again, we'll go with the majority. We got 9 votes out of 14.
You can hear me. I vote yes. I can get type that.
That's 10.
All right, I'm sorry, brothers. I had to run to the restroom. What are we voting on?
To agree for this 20,000 if that's what St. John does. If again, because this is all just talk. There's no true agreements. that St. John will truly do this. But again, it's just talk.
Um, I'm gonna go with the majority and agree.
All right, it's 11.
Excuse
Um,
me, brother Morgan, you hear me?
yes.
Did you get my vote? I said yes. I can't type it in.
Okay, I got you.
It's hot. I need to get up with that. Make COVID.
So we got 10 votes out of 14.
11, Murphy said yes.
Okay. Um, I guess I'll go with yes too. Um, Again, I'm on the fence. I need to see numbers again, but some real true facts on what we're spending money on and all these kind of things to really give a true thing. Again, I hate to waste St. John's money. That has to be in some super embarrassing stuff. But um, if I'm again, I believe in Nate and everything. He's very resourceful, finding cheap labor and stuff like that to get things done. Um, but uh, in the past, we've had like get a good example, bathroom upstairs. We had some guys frame that bathroom, but when they framed it, they didn't take into account of the size of a true bathroom. And when the plumber came, he was like, "Y'all are off by an inch." So the wall for the bathroom had to be shifted about an inch just to meet that standard code. It just um, I just my confidence is just again, it's just in a bad place. But uh, if he got it, we got it.
What you need to do there is make sure that before they do the work that they are versed on what the code is, so that they'll know how it go. You
Yeah,
know,
and
if you're
again,
not
that
versed
that's
on what the
something
code is, we in trouble.
right. Again, with the installation, we put in R15 when it's supposed to be, some other rating in the top floor. So to save that installation, we end up stuffing it in the floor in the basement in an upwards direction to kind of help insulate the floor in the basement area, but that still hasn't been done yet. Again, just those type of things. I guess it's just trial and error, but again, we're spending money. Luckily, we were able to save that installation that was bought to stuff it in the floor. But we still got to put another layer of installation in the floor. That R15 is not enough, or 13. I forgot what number it was, but um, just little things like that we got to look at. But we can go with it.
Yeah. And Worship Master, I felt the same way, but at the end of the day, whatever he does wrong, the inspector has to sign off on it. So if the inspector was satisfied with it, then we should be satisfied with it as well. It's within code. And according to what I heard, the inspector said everything was good. So I wasn't there. I didn't hear that, but that's what the report I got. He said, just continue on. And the next time he calls us out, he wants to do the final. Brother Kathy, was you there?
Yeah, I was there, and that's what he said. He even signed off on the card for Nate. He said everything was a go. He said the next time you hear from I hear from you will be after the fire marshal comes in and does his inspection. Then call me and I'll come back. So we're good to complete the upstairs anyway. And then, I mean, this is a different subject, but the basement, all we need is somebody with a trailer and a couple of brothers that we can go over there and get all that stuff off that basement floor and take it to White Street dump.
Oh, yeah. And so with the basement, the walls have to be insulated. So again, there's that has to be happening. That block, um, we may can get away with it, but I want to say because of codes again that we have to insulate those walls. Um,
So
and
let's work
probably
on getting
possibly drywall on top of it.
let's work on getting the trash off the floor down there.
Yeah. Definitely get the trash out of here. Yeah. There's a bunch of sand that's down there that we're preserving for that ditch that's in the front, that's in there and other stuff. But yeah. So all right. So the next conversation we'll have with, if St. John brings it up to make this official, we'll say that Luther King Rose on board. And in the meantime, let's brainstorm on some ideas. Let's come to meetings and let's bring some good fundraising ideas to the table so we can, do our part
So
in the
we
2026 year.
don't we don't need to renegotiate with CW Lawrence anymore about how we all gonna spend the money, do we? I mean, that is that a
Well,
given?
if we're using the Grand Lodge to match at least 7,500 of that money needs to be like earmarked to something so that the Grand Lodge would match it. Um, So that has to be dictated. Now, the remaining amount, yeah, we can spend it however.
Okay, so that'll be a total of $27,500 that we will have.
Yes. Plus I think we got about 2,000 and something in the bank still in our joint account. I don't know the exact numbers, but we still have that. In the meantime, my brothers, we do have a utility bill. We got a water bill and we got a light bill. From my understanding, the light bill initially was being paid by probably Brother Nate or somebody on the CWR side. Until recently, uh, they've been using the joint account money to pay for it. The light bill is pretty small. It's like $40 or something. And the water bill, because we don't have water coming in or out, from my understanding, is at zero balance. It's kind of weird, but because we don't flush the toilet and because we don't increase the water in the building, there hasn't been anything metered. So, from my understanding, the balance is zero for the water. And then lastly, our insurance. So the insurance is due. I learned that it's about $900. Um, and the insurance payment will be paid out through our joint account. However, we still will have to put in our half to make up for it in the joint account. So, Brother McGee, eventually you have to write a check for half that payment to the joint account. And that's coming up very, very soon. As a matter of fact,
Let me know
when
when
I
you get the
was
right.
told about it, I said to go ahead and pay it now with the money that's already in the joint account. And both lodges would just reimburse the money.
I need to step out for a minute. I'll be right back.
Yeah. All right. Anything else before we
Yeah,
proceed to close?
yeah, Brother Murphy here. I want to thank Brother Desmond Miller for starting off that pledge of 250. So I just want to thank you, brother, and getting everybody to step up. Appreciate you.
And again, we can do the pledge. We can promote that going into the 2026 year. And again, simultaneously, we'll promote the increase in dues. Um, there's no penalty for brothers not being able to pay 150. And so if they want to donate 125, we're great with that. Or 115, we're still great with that. And this time next year, it'll be 150. And what we'll do is we'll make that official vote in a true lodge meeting. So it's in the minutes. And then we'll send out communication to inform the brothers in the 2026 year.
One last suggestion. You probably need to talk to Brother Walton and the Worthy Matron. We may need to get $1,000 from the Stars as a donation to kind of help us on this building. Just a
Oh, yeah.
suggestion, but somebody needs to have that conversation so they can at least help us a little bit. $500, $1,000, whatever they want to
Right.
give, it could be useful.
So in the joint session that we had back in September, that was a conversation for trying to get the money to match the Grand Lodge. And the conversation was that every house, tries to bring to the table $2,000. And so that should be a conversation that's going on in both Rebecca and Genesis chapters to help contribute. Yeah. So they have a star meeting tonight, and I think that's why Brother Wallington's not here. But so hopefully that's something that they're talking about. Any other questions, comments, feedback? Hearing none. If all hearts and minds are clear, again, is there anything anybody want to bring to the good of the order before we proceed to close? That's off topic. Any praises or any good news? Or is there any sick and distress that we need to put on our prayer list?
I just want to say, brothers, it's just good to see you. I know it's been a while since I've heard your voices and saw some of your faces. It's always good to see and hear you from you, brothers. And I look forward to working with you guys real soon.
All right.
Good to
Anything
hear you
else?
too.
All right. Well, if we could do a closing prayer and we can dismiss. Attention to the chaplain. Gracious Lord God, thank you for bringing us all together to discuss the business of the lodge. We pray that all brothers that are hearing my voice, their families are and their health are well, and that they're blessed, and that you bring us back again to continue to do your will. Again, all that is the sound of my voice, if you could say amen. So
Amen.
mote it be.
So mote it be.
All right, my brothers. Again, I appreciate all your participation tonight. Um, again, we meet first and third Mondays at McClaysville Lodge. So if you can, please make it. And let's continue this conversation. We got some new people to bring in, so we'll have some new blood in the 2026 year. And again, if you know brothers that are on the roster or even off the roster that could benefit being back in the lodge. Try to reclaim them, bring them back. Again, we're gonna try to do more activities. Hopefully, the phone tree messages that you're receiving are informal. Inform you of what's going on in the lodge, and again, continuously check your emails. Uh, get the GroupMe app and look at the messages that come across, and let's keep Luther Kimbrough going. You know, so that's my take. So again, thanks you all for coming.
Good night. Have a good night, fellas, brothers.